Hi friends, this is Vani from Viva Sew and Style. Welcome to yet another episode of Friday Sews. So today's video is about a pattern review. This is a dress I made and I'm also wearing it. Know Me 2076. This is my first time sewing a pattern from a Know Me designer. Even though I have collected a few, but this is the first one I have sewed. What attracted me, what pulled me in to sew it is how pretty the dress looks. Then there is a sew along, plus a couple of people have already made it. Zelda from Zelda Sews, Sewing Up Style, Dana from Dana's Things, plus this pattern is rated easy. So those were the things that encouraged me to sew it. Now, why was I hesitating to sew it? Well, the pattern is fabric hungry. It asks for 4-5 yards of fabric. Plus, I'm always worried about these broad V necklines. The good thing is this pattern did not disappoint me, even though the V is broad, but it's not that deep that it looks, unwearable. So that's a good thing. And also, some people already sewed it, and I saw how the dress looked. So I had a pretty good idea going into the project how it's going to turn out. So now what I will do is I am going to share the pictures and me modeling this dress, and then after that I am going to go over the pattern review, my likes and dislikes, whether I will sew this pattern again, do I recommend it, and also any adjustments that I made. So if you are interested in knowing more about the pattern, then please stick around for the whole video. Okay, so let me start with the adjustments that I made. And I know my microphone is not the best quality and my voice is very weak. So maybe some people have difficulty understanding my audio. So I would request that either you turn on captioning and increase the volume to the max on your devices so that I am audible. I have some issue with my vocal cords. That's why I sound like the way I do. Okay, so now moving on to the adjustment. So once again I increased the armhole length. Apologies about the rustling sounds and the static my microphone picks up. So this much, almost 1.5 inches is what I added. Also, even though I cut the dress on a size 18, let's see, but I cut the shoulders on the smallest size. I think that's a 14. So when you do that, it shaves off, inches from the neck length. So, and also pulls at the armhole. So now this sits right. It's not like hanging 3 inches below my real armhole. So those were the only 2 adjustments that I made. So overall I like this dress. It's very swishy, nice. For me, it's a maxi length. For taller girls, it might be, somewhere like a midi. But for me, I shaved off at least 2 inches, and also I had shaved off some fabric from the bottom because the dress was uneven. So that's why I'm not sure. I think if all those things didn't happen, the dress would have been dragging on the floor for me. And just for a reference, I'm 5'4", my height. So yeah, so for me this is almost a maxi length. It's not a bad thing because since the dress is very fluffy, it has a lot of room. So I think a longer length is better because that would be much more, slimming looking for person like me rather than have it at midi length. And short length would not look appropriate because it will be flying away and it will not sit right. So for me this length works. So I'm not sure if this longer length is a put off for some, then they can go for the shorter length or just shave off, inches from the bottom. That's all you will need to do to make the dress the length you want. Okay, and another thing is that this is a fabric hungry pattern, so you need almost 5 yards if your fabric is 45 inches. So I have used up almost the whole 5 yards, and I recommend using very lightweight fabrics like a crinkle rayon or a very lightweight rayon, voile, lawn, lightweight crepe or silky type. So those kind of fabrics would be best because the dress is very voluminous in the skirt area. So you want to stick with a very lightweight dress. Only then it will be comfortable for at least for the summer months. So now coming to the overall review, I would give this dress a B. It's neither too great nor is it bad. So yeah, the fact that it's easy to sew makes it attractive, but it is a very fabric hungry dress, and then when you cut it out, you have to spread your fabric in a single layer, and you have to be very careful when cutting it. Then there is a lot of gathering that you have to do, and plus the gathering is on angles, you know. So you need to make sure that even after you stitch everything, when you hold the dress, it's still laying in a straight line. So you have to do a neat job there. Then the armholes were unusually low, and then these shoulders. I mean, yeah, it's attractive, but it's kind of narrow. So for a lot of women, their bra straps might show. So that's another thing. So some of those things, and then cutting huge pieces on a single layer with lightweight, slippery type fabric makes it hard. I feel like cutting took a lot of time for me, and even then, I had to when I was done sewing, I had to really straighten the hemline because it was very uneven. So, plus, to be honest, I don't really understand the point of this. I like the front, but I'm not very fond of how the back is, with one side going this way, one side going the other. It looks kind of awkward to me, to be honest. So, I would not say that this is one of a very, very nice designs. You could probably skip over it if you want. You can find similar A-line type dresses in all of the big four patterns. So overall, to be honest, I do not recommend it, but it's still cool if you like to sew a lot or if you like flowy dresses, then you can give it a try. Also, the dress can make a person look bigger. It's not slimming unless you are one of the very skinny people, and then you can go for the shorter version. But for somebody like me who is heavier in the top and almost square shaped, for me this dress is not doing anything to enhance my look. But still, I will keep this pattern in my stash. The only thing that is still attracting me is that I can try it with one of my sari fabrics, um, because sari fabrics are usually very thin and a sari is 5 yards of fabric. So I can definitely complete a project with a sari, but I'll have to put lining because they're usually very thin. So then that means I have to buy extra fabric, and plus saris are usually little bit with gold, zari, sequins. So it's more for parties than for casual wear. So that's why I don't sew them, because I don't have that many parties to go to. But I mean, I think that yeah, I can make it in one of my saris. So that's why I'm keeping this pattern in my stash. Also, I feel like it might look good color blocked. So you can do, especially in white and black, it will look sharp, and then you can decorate the hems with lace. So that might look attractive. So those are some of my ideas. So hopefully you enjoyed my review today. Let me know if you would give this pattern a try, or have you already bought it. Uh, Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate your comments, likes, and support. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.